Yeah, check it in 1212. You're here now, tuned into the Konductaz radio with like minds, chalk it up. I'm your MC, I'm your host, I'm your brother L Better, live in the building. I got my man to the left, Sid.
Peace, what's the deal? BK Radio.
Yes, indeed. And my main man, Theory, check it in.
What's going on? BK Radio, live and direct, you know it. Theory in the place.
Yeah, I also got my man Grussle up here.
What's good? It's Piff Hugs, Vinyl Richie, you know so.
Yes, indeed. What up, J Bird?
Going on.
BK all day. And as always, we got your girl's favorite DJ. The ones and twos. Yes, indeed. So, yo, man, we got a real live show, real true-to-life show lined up for y'all today, man. I got some good folks in the building this evening. Like I said, man, we in here chilling with Theory, you know what I'm saying? We in here chilling with Gruss. You know, Usa and the rest of the fam is in the house. Yo, man, so how's your weekend been going, man? Your week been going good?
Oh, yeah, man. Good Father's Day weekend.
Happy Father's Day, man.
Thank you. Happy Father's Day to you as well, no doubt.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that, man.
Enjoying the weather. You know, life is good, you know. Every day is a good day. Every day above ground, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you can say that again,
yes,
man.
Sir.
Yeah, we in here chilling live direct at the Olo FU Gardens.
That's right. Live and direct at the Olo compound.
At the compound, right?
Hey, we want to know, do you want to be down? Come on down, but you can't get in.
But you can't get in.
That's right.
Yes, indeed, man. So like I said, man, this is BK all day, you know what I mean? Konductaz, but the DJs and the producers mix it down.
Yep.
And with like minds, chalk it up at BK Radio, you know what I'm saying? So, yo, you know, we want to talk about some production real quick, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, how y'all rocking these days, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is your mindset when you go into production for these days? And that's a question that's open up for both of y'all.
Well, for me, man, you know, it's just, it depends on what flows. You know, I just start. Yeah. You know, it might start with the drums, I might start with the bass, and I just build and build and build. I try to get into a zone, man. There's a focus. Athletes get it. Anybody that's really into their thing, they get it. And, you know, you can't see anything else at the time. Try to get into that zone, and that's where the creativity comes from.
Well, yo, I hear a lot of producers, they usually start with, you know, the drums or the bass. What's the logic behind that? Like, what's the strategy? Like,
create a bounce, young.
All right.
Some people can rock with a rhythm that people can get with something funky, you know.
Yeah, a pulse to your music, and your music is alive. And so starting with the drums, you know, you breathe life into it first with the pulse of the drums, and then try to build off of that.
Yo, definitely, I agree with that. If your drums suck, your song sucks.
So, do you get to a point where if you're not like satisfied with what you got for the drums, you won't even advance until that
turn off the drum machine and go do something else for a while, listen to some more records, find some different sounds, hang it up.
Or I'll start, you know, just
wrap that up, B.
Let's start keep rocking with the drums and keep, you know, try to build another element on top of it. And then if I like that second element, then go back and play some more drums over the new element that I like, you know. It's first, you know, I might even just start something with just a hi-hat, and then build something around the hi-hat, and then start adding the kick and the snare to my taste. You know, just keep on moving the blocks around until I get something I feel. Like what we're listening to right here in the background.
It gotta be the feel, man.
Yeah, it's gotta be the feel on it.
It gotta be the feel. The feel gotta be right. It's like one of the main ingredients when you go to making any type of music, man, is the feel. It gotta be on point, man. That's cool, man. What about you, Russ? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's your main mindset when you go in? When it's time to make a beat, you know what I'm saying? Like, is there any particular thing that you think about first, or do you just, you know what I mean? Like what Theory said, he said it's all about the feeling.
Definitely, like, I have a theory, like, you know, if you work with something and something good happens for you, you try and duplicate that. You try to make it better on what you already got. So I was like, yo, when do I make the best beats? It's all on a feeling. Saturday mornings, yo. For real, waking up. If you wake up like 8 o'clock for no reason and shit, and you can't make, that means you're already excited, you already boosted and shit, and then just comes out. But yeah, it's all off of feeling. If I can get excited about a record that I think I want to flip or try and make something dope from, yeah, that's what the formula is, for real.
That's what the dig for the sample is all about, you know, because sometimes that needle drops you're like, whoa, that's it right there. Oh, I'm gonna kill that.
Yeah.
Got designs.
You hear it and you're like, yo, you know what this means, right?
Yeah, right.
Hey,
It's over.
Hey, yo, when y'all catch a sample that y'all want to flip, are y'all real concerned about whether people recognize the sample, or like do you strive to hide it and make it so it's not recognizable?
I want the artist to be like, yo, I want to fuck with this beat, and then it's a song. Figure that shit out later, yo. I wanted them to be like, yo, like, get on this joint. Like, I want them to be excited about the record.
Everybody's got a different approach to sampling everything. Me personally, I shy away from loops. Like what's playing in the background, I sampled some pianos, I sampled some strings, and it's all chops and everything's a keystroke. So it's like there's no way somebody could figure out where that one of those string lines came from, because it's 6 chops out of some record. I don't even remember the title of it.
Right.
If you use loops, they've even got software nowadays that'll recognize it. It scans the airwaves constantly.
Right. They're all
Straight looking for that,
shit.
Yeah,
it can be sneaky with it.
I use that shit. Came in front.
Sometimes I mean, there's something that you hear. It's just like, you know what, I have to loop that. You know what I mean? But that's never my go-to. For that reason, I don't even want to deal with it. From the use samples, it's a mishmash of sounds. I don't know. I don't even know if it's to my benefit. You know what I mean? But I like the way it sounds.
Counterpoint. I am a heavily bass sample producer. I got a couple keyboard beats, but it ain't often I make a keyboard joint. But yeah, I really just feel like it should just be, if it's dope, whether you looped it or you chopped the hell out of it, as long as it's something new and fresh and shit, like, to me, that shit is like, yo, that's the greatest thing ever. I don't care what he did. People who do both, though, are the dopest, yo. Like, if you have dope sample keyboard beats where you could take the whole sample out and that shit's still dope.
Grussle said counterpoint. I say final word. Yeah,
go ahead. Right, go ahead, Springer.
No, that's it. What you just said.
Final thought.
What you just said was the final word on that right there. It doesn't really matter how you get there. You know what I mean? As long as you get there and it feels good.
I think that's the whole art of it.
That's the final word right there.
It's when you throw in them other elements that the bullshit starts.
Right.
Yeah, because if it got it, it got it.
If it got it, it got it. Doesn't matter how you get there.
And the journey and how you got there, that's the art of it.
Yep.
That's how you got to the, like, I mean, because y'all two can come up. I mean, y'all could have like a same sample or something, or not even necessarily that, but the conclusion is the conclusion, but how you get there is like, the growth and the journey and experience. Lies,
Yeah, well, I'm inviting me and Grussle back to your radio show, right? Olo's gonna give us a sample and we're gonna flip it differently. Not to compete, but just different takes on it.
No, I'm down, yo. We've already done it.
We can do that.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. Yeah,
that'd be real. Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Come
I'm always interested
to the compound.
F you guys.
Do you want to be down?
Are you down?
to be down.
Now the question is, do you want to be down?
Just know that you can't get it.
That's right. Come down, stand by the fence. We see you, but you can't get it. That's right. It's Olo compound, man. Olo FU Gardens.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Here at BK Radio, man. I'm in here chilling with Derek. I'm in here chilling with Gruss. Got Usid, J Bird, Olo, and the rest of the fam over here. Yo, it's a good Father's Day weekend. Yo, Olo, man, we going to run into some music real quick. You know what I mean? I want to let my guests go ahead and introduce themselves. I'm about to get into some topic of discussion and some interviews a little later on in this show, so make sure y'all stay tuned. Like I said, man, this is BK Radio, where like minds chalk it up. DJ Olo on the 1s and 2s. Yeah.
Man, I'm just saying, is there any other way, man?
Nah, we gotta do it like this.
Up in the crib, plotting, puffing a cig. No longer do we wait on something to give. Up in the crib, plotting, puffing a cig. No longer do we wait on something to give. Up in the crib, plotting, puffing a cig. No longer do we wait on something to give. Cats are starving and they guts touch ribs. So if you ain't down to get it, you just running your jibs. Nothing restrains the hunger pains. Nothing restrains the hunger pains. Nothing restrains the hunger pains that make my stomach complain. For every growl, thoughts get incredibly foul. And as far as striking, it better be now. Trying to hit the nation, but that'll stretch your patience straight to destination. desperation. Stare at irrational behavior. I have you trying to extract cash from a stranger with a mask and stare with irrational behavior. I have you trying to extract cash from a stranger with a mask and a banger. Look at you now, asking your savior for one last favor. When your manhood is tested, do you break down, become manic depressive, panic excessive? Examine yourself, see what you're manifesting. A closed mouth don't get fed, homie, so ask plenty questions.
Sometimes I think that I can't take it. And sometimes I feel I'm gonna explode.
Never seem right, it's like you made it wrong. Hating every song, why can't we get along? I'll never say it right, it's like I'm never wrong. Fuck your pathetic song, we'll never get along. You never say I'm right, it's like you get it wrong. Hating every song, why can't we get along? I'll never say it right, it's like I'm never wrong. Fuck your pathetic song, we'll never get along. Rep the white and never say I'm right, feels like you get it wrong. Hating every song, why can't we get along? I'll never say it right, it's like I'm never wrong. Fuck your pathetic song, we'll never get along. You never say I'm right, it's like I'm never wrong. Hating every song, why can't we get along? I'll never say you're right, it's like I'm never wrong. Fuck your pathetic song, we'll never get along. Rep the white and green, always took the field like a team. The white and green always took the field like a team. When white and green always took the field like a team. When the lose asking dad, can we go to Mickey D's? The lose asking dad, can we go to Mickey D's? And lose asking dad, can we go to Mickey D's? And when we hit the mall, I would fiend for Mario Brothers 3. Supersede, wish your mommy, would you please cop him? At my man's house with his brother beatboxing. Couple 40-ounce beers and I get loose. You hear me slur my words, just proof. When you come from the heart, the message gets through. And I just moved to Maryland, it's got me thinking of Jersey. Growing up, it really never occurs. You could leave and maybe never return. And if you come back, the people you respected probably never matured. Growing up, I had my vision deferred. That interracial self-hatred had me living absurd. Made my heart so cold, now I'm flipping the bird. And if it's drama, baby, give them the word. Give them the word. Never say I'm right, it's like I'm never wrong. Hating every song, why can't we get along? I'll never say it right, it's like I'm never wrong. Fuck your pathetic song, we'll never get along. Never say I'm right, it's like I'm never wrong. Hating every song, why can't we get along? I'll never say it right, it's like I'm never.
Yes, indeed. This is BK Radio, but like minds chalk it up. We still up in here chilling, man. The whole team is posted up, feeling real good.
And we want to know, do you want to be down?
Down. Yes, indeed, man. Yo, those some real good rhythms playing, man. Yo, Theory, that's your music right there?
Yeah, one of those was as the track called The Crucible from my group, The Package.
Oh, okay.
It's coming up on our new record called The It Factor.
The It Factor.
Yeah, features Dimensions, my man Noyik the Grizzly Bear, and Laylo Hood is on that joint. Old Hoodro Wilson.
Shouts to Mr. High Def.
Laylo,
Yeah,
shout out to Laylo.
Yo.
Whole HD crew.
Yep.
Hey, yo, Theory. For those who don't know about the package, could you give like a brief history on just how the package started and your involvement with the crew and all of that?
Well, we go back way before the package. We're actually all part of a crew that, were some of the founders of hip hop in the era called The Infinite Loop, along with Head Rock and Omega Red. I mean, we're a crew of like 13 niggas, DC's Woo before the Woo, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we've been friends all that time, and as people drift apart and things change, the love to make the music doesn't. So the three of us got together and joined forces to come out with and do our thing. Classic 3-man thing. Yeah, I do all the beats, and those cats do all the rhyming, and that's just the perfect combination, the perfect package, if you will. Beats, rhymes.
That's a good balance right there. Yeah.
That's it,
Yeah, because you got it all right there. You got your MCs, right, you got your artists. That's the winning thing that a lot of good hip hop groups had, that a lot of MCs didn't have. A lot of producers didn't have. Yeah. Some producers ain't had their MCs.
How about that?
And a lot of MCs ain't had that producer that would make beats just for them.
That's right. As I inspire all young producers, everybody do, man, get your game up and make sure that you can deliver a record, not just drop off a beat. Yeah, I record, mix and master, do all my own shit. And
I learned that them Fury.
Yeah, there we go, my man. Grussle, I'm glad you're with me on that. Be able to deliver a record. That's the key. You don't want to drop off a beat. Besides that, it represents you. And if you're not involved in the process, you don't know what's coming back.
Your work ethic.
That's right.
Yo, go in on that.
Yeah, it's the truth.
So is that the difference between a producer and somebody that makes beats?
Yeah, that's all. That's it in a nutshell.
It's just taking it to the next level,
That's right. But producers guide the artist. You gotta have the balls. Doesn't matter who's in the studio with you. If they're not giving their best for the record, you gotta be able to let them know. And if you're engineering and you're producing, you know what I'm saying? And it's even not your record. You got to be able to let this artist know if they're not giving the best performance. And, having some chops yourself because you're in this role. Shape the performance, give some tips where you can.
You might as well. It's a reflection of your work.
That's right. And be bold enough to do it.
You throw your name on at the end, right?
That's you.
That's you
right there. Yeah.
That's right.
So why not do it?
So you have to.
Because I feel that it's probably no worse feeling than leaving the session and being a producer like that, that could have been better. But you didn't say nothing then, but afterwards you're like that.
On the way to greatness, everybody goes through that.
That's right. They got to be able,
grind.
You got to be able to take the
hustle.
You got to. Yeah. That's right. And that's the Grussle of it all. You know what I'm saying?
That didn't work as well.
All right, can we go fix that in post? Huh? Cut that out.
That's your theory, man.
Thanks for marking the tape, Grussle.
Please stand by.
It's right there. Right there, I can see it. I can see it. In a world. You never make mistakes.
Yes.
You can chalk it out.
You can chalk it
all over.
Yo, let's see.
Chalk it out.
Did you buy your ticket? You must be headed out to Olo's Party Fun Ranch.
F.U. Gardens.
Woo! Combination mini golf and go-karts. It's on.
It sound like the prize at the end with Double Dare and shit. What do they win?
Along with a new car.
The other nigga got slimed and shit.
He got gacked and shit. He lost the physical challenge.
Oh, man. How
physical challenge. They all said it at once.
He is so
like, you want to take the dough or you want to take the physical challenge? Physical challenge.
I say respect to the interviewers, man. You guys are really doing a great job. Sorry that me and the Gruss is steering this so far off course.
This is love right here, man. This is what it's about, man. This is real radio, son.
I give you some comic relief, that.
Yeah, man.
You gotta breathe a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
The goods, gotta let it breathe.
Yeah, you gotta breathe, man. You can't hold all that stuff, man.
No doubt, but like we were saying, most importantly, kids, be able to deliver a record that represents you. And in doing that, you'll also figure out how to make your record sound better, because you don't want to just hand off something that somebody
sounds like somebody else.
Well, definitely sounds like somebody else, but I mean, I think that's the thing that maybe we complain the most about with music is people don't strive to create something new, something different. They just strive to do something just like what you did, maybe a little bigger, but it's exactly what you did. And there was that snare tap.
That's what's going to work.
Fucking snare. They're killing me.
It's crazy.
But you know what? It's not for my ears, and that's fine. And they can have their music. There just needs to be some balance. And that's all anybody's is working for. Balance. All of it has got to be. I can't. This music is to somebody like myself who feels like they like, a real sound, some real music, I guess is what our parents' music was to, their parents. Right. It didn't make sense to them. I guess if you grew up.
What happened to rock and roll is happening to us now.
I'm saying, though, if you're in the car with your parents and you're 3, 4, and 5 and the radio is bumping, make them say, ugh. That's your hip-hop experience. That's what makes sense to you as you grow.
So
I can't hate, I can't try to turn a generation in my direction. They got to do their thing. But the thing is, we still have to be allowed to do ours. You know what I'm saying?
We had our bum rappers, too, for real.
When we was growing up, our parents was like, oh, that music is garbage.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
And now that we grown, you know what I'm saying? I know you got kids, I got kids, I'm like, yo, what are y'all listening to? You know what I'm saying?
But but it really gets down. Those cats are like, I got shoes 1 and 2. It's your crew. Now you
it
through.
is real bad.
I mean, it's as bad. It is as bad as that.
Yeah.
And motherfuckers like, oh my, did you hear him? He's a god.
I think it's now that we're sharing different cultural values of what we think is hip hop and shit. What is acceptable hip hop? Is it the core values and shit, or is it what it's evolved into?
I think
which is kind of money driven and shit.
I think
when originally it wasn't.
It can all go because it's going to. It's a business, right?
Yeah.
But there just needs to be some balance. You know, just needs to be some balance. That's all I'm saying. There's so much good music out there, and I don't mean just classic hip hop. I'm not even talking about that. There's just good music in the world. You know, we shouldn't lock it down to the most popular 5 songs. 3 of which are making Nicki Minaj. You know what I'm saying?
It's all the media giants, though. It's those 6 media giants.
Yeah. Because there's only 5 dudes that really playing on mainstream radio right now.
Yeah, well, fuck mainstream radio. I get my dose elsewhere.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's like DJ Olo gives me my dose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all great.
You know?
So, yo, Theory, man, like, word on the street is you credited to bringing, like, what we call real hip-hop to D.C., man. You know what I mean?
Really?
Like, that's what I've been hearing, son. That's what they've been telling me. They was like, yo, Theory, you know what I'm saying? The Infinite Loop, like, they are what represents what true hip-hop is for a long time within the city, man. Well, just want to, speak on that and your crew, you know what I mean, the team, yourself, you know what I mean? And
with the loop, man, with the collective as it was, we actually managed to squeeze out some vinyl. It was a decent record. Plus, we would jive dynamic on stage, and so we just had a love for the performance and doing our thing. Yeah. And with that, with the loop, it was like there were groups within, and so we were all on our own paths as well as coming together to perform. So we touched in a lot of different places as well as all together. I was in a band called Live Society, and Black Indian fronted us.
Oh, Black Indian.
Yeah, we got no Black. Yeah, exactly. And this is Black Indian was a 13, 14, 15-year-old with us with the Infinite Loop, and he came up with us. He'll tell you who his parents are with this whole hip hop thing. That's that young brother right there. We were in the Source magazine together. You know what I'm saying? Wow. We got a couple of write-ups, and it was he managed to launch and make something happen, but the rest of us, we just kept on just building our hip-hop scene and doing whatever we could for it. I just like to make good music and share it and just try to get the people's response. If you've been hearing that, it's an amazing thing. I'm glad that people still remember, because a lot of times people forget.
Come on, man.
They think hip-hop stops. People will tell you, like, it starts in D.C. with Tabby Monet, but, I mean, it's just so many crews. It goes way back, and it ain't just us. It's us and a ton of dope-ass crew. Team Demolition, for example. Right there with us the whole time. Asheru and the whole 7 Heads clique. All that was, all of us were firing off big time. We complained a little bit earlier about a certain major venue that doesn't seem like it wants black money. Right. We were able to actually headline that club.
That's cool.
And that, it can happen.
Put in work right there.
Yeah, it can happen. We had a good time.
So what was it like, man, like in DC, like during that time for hip hop? Because DC is never like DMV is being known kind of now for an area for hip hop. You know what I mean? People starting to recognize the DMV. But like DC, back in the day was never really like known like that, except for like almost like a cult following within the city when it came to hip hop. So what was it like, coming up through those times, representing hip hop in the city of Go-Go, or what the other side of the town was talking about?
It was like there was never any conflict between what we were doing at Go-Go. It was all all mixed up together. It was good times. You just needed to know where the party was at. So there were like 5 or 6 different spots that we were constantly hitting. It was like we had the Metro Cafe over there in Southeast, the Joint Nation, big great performance venue over there. Then all along U Street with the Republic Gardens and that State of the Union and Erico's and Kaffa House, which were my band Live Society, with Biana, where we were residents playing in there. Man, it was just good time grooves all along the strip, and you really wind up touching a lot of people with the performance, but you don't think about it at the time. Right. We were just having a good time, man. That's with the bare minimum. A couple of mics. Nobody was paying us. You know what I'm saying? Right. Lug the drums in, plug a couple of mics up, and just freestyle. And we freestyled everything. The band freestyle, BI freestyle. It was just fun. So, at the time, it was just our lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
knapsacks
cool,
are good times. You know,
Man, that's
what it felt like.
Yeah, that's hip hop right there, man. Cool, man. So yeah, off the strength of that vibe right there, I want to start to get into some more of your tracks. I heard you brought some more music in to play for us.
I did, man.
We played one of your tracks earlier.
Yeah,
we got a couple more to rock, right?
That's right. Another one from my group, The Package, called Will, and it's just, you know, if you're a parent in America today, if you're working, man, if you're anybody, you know what I'm saying, on the come up, you know, it speaks to you, because times is not easy, you know.
That's what I'm
But that's how we get through, man. With sheer will, we push ourselves through.
Gotta persevere, man.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Better to hold on is better than falling off, right?
That's right. It's the only way to go.
Oh, man.
It's my kung fu grip.
She's so
kung fu grip on life, son. I ain't let
Gotta hold on, man.
That's right.
All 5 fingers.
That's right.
All 5 fingers. All 10.
Yes, sir. Doubling up on life.
That's what I'm talking about, man. BK Radio with like minds, chalk it up. We just got kicking it with my man Theory. And I want to thank you, brother, for coming out. We're gonna thank you again later on. We're about to get into Grussle after the break. But right now we're gonna get into a couple of Theory's tracks. You know what I'm saying? Representing DC to DMV. Here it is, DJ Olo on your 1 and 2s. This is BK Radio.
Do you wanna be down?
Radio. Down.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, 202's my blood type. It's for the diamond. Ridge Park, where you at? And where you from, though? I'm from the head of the beast where thoughts become laws and things are like teeth inside of gaping jaws. Where people don't wear smiles cause the long arm stretches for 22 square miles. When I was raised as a child, where the green and the brown and the white is enormous, and brothers hug the block even during the cold orange. White folks wonder how my species flourished, surprised that we're gaining in forces, carrying torches, more than the air of caution. I'm talking straight tension. Did I mention that we're taking our portions without taking losses? Ladies and gentlemen, the Diamond District where the sirens are blaring and the guns are clapping, yet and still we adapted a habitat where blacks and Latins are packed in, corners are backed in, odds are stacking. Now you know what's happening. It's my below the Mason Dixon. We're playing 50-50 to get that ass missing, and the wrong attitude I had it ain't switching. This ain't no place of fiction. I'm talking about D-dots, more than dope. Coca weed spots, travel with me through these blocks. No matter where I roam, that's the place that I own. The town is listening big and end up in the dirt, cause there's southern hospitality flipped up your skirt. Now you're laying on your back, face up in the church, and while you lay up, your fan prays up by the hearse. Now you see what happens when you play tough at first, and chose the bar. Forgot to duck from the burst, but showed your heart. You burst your luck and it hurts. You should've shown more respect for my chunk of the earth. Now we don't do blue and red unless you talk about feds. We're not watching your mouth, I have you watching your head. And your man ain't your man if he's watching your bread. You're in D-dots, so let you poppin' it ain't stopping no leg. So I suggest that you probably stop your mouth and instead. I'm from a town where the thoroughness is so top bred. You heard what I said, I ain't stutter, I'm from DC, mother. I know a spot below the Mason Dixon. We're playing 50-50 to get that ass missing, and the wrong attitude I had it ain't switching. This ain't no place of fiction. I'm talking about D-dots, more than dope, coca, weed spots. Travel with me through these blocks. No matter where I roam, that's the place that I call home. Dudes call you Joe, and it ain't even your name. 2 lies for 1, that's an even exchange. Some think God's gonna save them, others thinking it's Cain. It's funny how a city gets into your veins. It's probably the reason why I'm inking this pain. It's probably the reason I don't spit it the same. Another reason why it's the strongest link in the chain. Well, it's the Diamond District, very similar pain. Let me explain, you FOs, you need to step lightly. There's about 200,000 brothers just like me, bald-headed, the dreaded, dashikis, the white tees, fitted the goofies, newbies, the Nikes, most likely. Even if you rap or sing, you come through with a lot of bling, end up without a thing. A lot of these rap cats, they be hollering king, but if their ass ain't welcome, God help them, you know where I'm from. What's my below the Mason Dixon? We're playing 50-50 to get that ass missing, and the wrong attitude I had it ain't switching. This ain't no place of fiction. I'm talking about D-dots, more than dope, coca, weed spots. Travel with me through these blocks. No matter where I roam, that's the place that I call home.
That's what I'm talking about, people. This is BK Radio with Like Minds Chalk It Up. Yeah, that's you right there.
Yeah, man. Well, this is a combo joint right here.
Oh, yeah?
That's the group, The Package, and it was remixed by my man, the Grussle. Oh yes, you can take that. Gruss, yeah. That was on this piece. The first album that we put out was called New Golden Era, and then we did a remix album for the joint. We featured the likes of the Grussle here and Jay Skrilla, among others. And it's a nice piece. It's available for free download. All right, it's called Remixes and Rarities. All right. Get that joint at thepackage.bandcamp.com. Thepackage.bandcamp.com.
That's a fanatical track, son.
Thepackage.bandcamp.com. Yeah. And also, I mean, if you want to catch up, man.
We did the original.
Yeah, you can hear the original there.
Go get the original.
Right now, we're giving away the first album, New Golden Era. It's available for free right there, live and direct at thepackage.bandcamp.com. Come on down, get your free copy, share it with your friends, let your mom know. Because I know she wants to be down.
She wants to be
Now.
Your mom's like 30, she's cute.
BK Radio. No cut cards. Yo, Gruss, what's good, baby?
Yo, y'all talking about cougars and shit, yeah?
Nah, Grussle pulls the cougars. I've seen it in action, son.
Oh, yo. I know what you're talking about.
Gruss walks in the spot and the clothes
are like fresh
they go out. Like,
did you see
Yo,
that?
it was like that episode of Fresh Prince when like Will was getting hit on by Pam Grier, but like she fell short, you know? This one fell short just a little bit. She had it going on too. I was like, yo, so cute. But she talked like Eartha Kitt though. And I was like, I can't have that. I was like, you got curly hair and you purr at me and shit. I can't roll my R's.
She put a Grace Jones on you.
Say, told me couldn't resist.
Wow.
Nah, I ain't having no strong J joints in my life. Get one thing clear.
Russ got all them old head bras ready to give him a bath and shit.
You ever had a bath, nigga? Oh my god.
Let's do it.
Oh my god. You ever had a bath, mother?
He be like Akeem, you know what I'm saying?
Straight up, the Grussle likes to
That man be sitting in the tub. I just be like,
in a world where the Grussle could be pampered.
I am.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, man.
Yo.
Good work when you
Yo,
get
the next AV the next Twitter bio is the Pampered Chef, yo. Chef on Pampered Chef on Twitter.
Huggy Chronicles.
Yeah, it's dope.
The Huggy Chronicles.
Craig Griffin, the Pampered Chef.
In the building.
Crazy, son. So, Gruss, man, what you been rocking with, man? What you got going good in the DMV, man?
Y'all know me, I've been working, man. I'm heavy in the streets, yo.
I already know. I know you got something cooking up, you know what I mean? You always
got something new.
We always seasoning up something.
We got something new. We just finished wrapping up Lyricist's new EP, the Heart EP.
Nice.
The Balance Heart EP.
That's what's up.
So, yo, that's about to drop in the next, it's coming up. Be on the lookout for it, for real.
How many joints you got on that joint? Well, how many in total? How many cuts are on the EP?
I believe it's gonna be about 4 joints.
About 4.
But yo, I got one of them on there.
Alright, that's
I think it's gonna be kind of serious, yeah. Somebody y'all familiar with comes in and just murders the joint.
The track is done. Y'all still working on it?
Oh, no, it's finished.
It's finished.
Done.
Okay.
Can we get
We on to the next joint.
sneak peek?
Yeah, I got some joints to Teflon, man. We still working on that. Pens and Needles is coming soon. Some joints with Tease Fevers on deck. Got some joints out to Artemis. Threw a couple joints at my man Proverb. Might have some in the works coming soon. Godzilla. We're gonna get some joints to them, man. Make something happen with Godzilla. Shouts out to all them.
That's what's up,
That's
man.
an army, man.
You working, son?
We working, so yo.
You out there
get joints
grussling.
here and there. I'm trying to make a couple joints on the side, you know, flex with that. So yo, if you need beats, you wanna holler at me for beats, I want you to send an email to elect457@gmail.com.
Could you spell
Elect.
out elect? There you go.
WBKT457@gmail.com. Shoot an email there. Be like, yo, I want some heat. We got you. Or hit me on Twitter, @Grussle.
@Grussle. Vinyl Richie.
That's
Vinyl
like
Rich.
they have like the ad name, and then they got like a description and shit, and then they have like team all that. I don't do all that shit.
Right,
but yo, I just got Vinyl Richie or the @Grussle on Twitter.
@Grussle. It's that dude, son. So, you know what I mean, Gruss, you know, I was talking earlier with Theory about, you know, what it was like, you know what I'm saying, coming up in the DC scene and the things that he seen, you know, coming in and out.
Theory's heavier than me in the DC scene, though, yo.
I mean, because you from VA, right?
You know? I am.
Yeah, you from VA.
I am.
But you been working in DC, you know what I'm saying, quite a bit. And even speaking on VA, being that this is DMV, just, you know what I mean, talk about, you know what I mean, the scene through your eyes in the DMV area.
The scene in my eyes grown, for real. He was playing some joints that earlier. I sent him some joints to play, but I'm gonna throw some joints in there so y'all can hear the progression and all like that. I'm throwing just stuff, you know, that I feel like, you know, needs to be heard and all like that, and I just want to see that exposure from it. But on the scene, yo, I think it's going great, you know? Like heads that I know are getting work with heads, you know, doing big things and stuff like that. And every time, you know, I talk to some of my friends, everybody's getting a good look. So I know things are happening, you know, you see it with Diamond District, Godzilla.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting good looks out here, for real. And everybody's working with each other. Like, there is a sense of unity. Fuck all that bullshit about, you know, DC ain't a music town because of unity shit. Nah, that shit ain't true. It's just you ain't in yet. you still have to apply, for real. So if you heavy out here, you still gotta apply, you know? But yo, us, me, Theory, we out here. So yo, I think that sense of unity is there, and shit can happen from that. And it is happening.
That's what's up, man.
I mean, live, it's a live, you know, example of that, because y'all worked in the past and we just played the joint, you know what I'm saying, showing and proving that, you know, unity was unity back then and it's unity now. So
definitely.
Yeah.
He hit me up joking. Yo, we joke with each other, we chill, you know, like
man. We sit at my crib and build, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what's real right there. You know what I mean? When artists can actually sit down together, and work on their jumps. A lot of times, you know,
it ain't even gotta be on that. We just be chilling.
Yeah, man, we just talk a bunch of shit.
We chill, and then we get.
Right?
But art comes from that. You build on that.
Well, yeah,
you may say something in the conversation that like sparks something later.
Yep.
Right. And that's what I'm saying, because a lot of dudes now that work together, they don't even meet each other. They just email the track, you know what I mean? Send out the MP3 or the WAV file or whatever.
I'm guilty too, but if it leads to the song being dope, you know, I'm gonna take every avenue to communicate through the use of technology. You know, I'm gonna make shit happen and send it through. You wanna make it happen? Let's go.
Yeah, you gotta make it happen at the end of the day. But you gotta admit that it is, you know what I'm saying, a little different when you can actually sit down with somebody that you can deal with. The
experience is different.
Yeah, and y'all have a rapport with each other. Like, it makes the music sound, they got that much more soul in it, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
You can tell when you hear the record, the connection between the producer and the artist, for real. And if it sounds like something the artist did before they hooked up with the producer, you'll notice that on the record.
You can tell.
Off top.
Yes, indeed, man. Yo, Gruss, man, what are some of your influences for music as a whole? You know what I'm saying? Like hip hop, you know, outside of hip hop, like, you know, what motivated you into being a producer? And you know what I mean, like when you go into the lab, you know, what spirit of the ancestors do you carry with you when you go into the lab ready to cook something up? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you like?
There was an interview, talking about Allen Iverson. He got these questions. Why? He was talking about his favorite, like, ballers and shit like that he was like, so today I'm Isaiah, today I'm Dr. J, today I'm gonna play like Magic, for real. I'm the same way with producers, Today I'm just, today I feel like making a ninth type joint. Today I feel like making a bounce like so-and-so. Today, like, I kind of like call up that feeling that they inspire you with, that energy and shit. And I try and get that, I try and duplicate that. Or at least try to flex that,
catch that
and
vibe,
incorporate it into something else that I feel would mix well with that.
Yeah, definitely feel you on that.
Yo, keeping in line with that, like, taking from where you are now and where you were, and your growth and experience when you first started producing. Like, what is the key thing? Like, name one or two key things, or like jewels that like you picked up from when you started and when you are now that you're like, yo, that really changed my production?
Number one, consistency.
Shit.
The longer you take a break between making music, you can't have no excuse later when niggas is putting shit out and you're still loafing with the same shit.
Right, I can see that.
Case in point, when you show up to a battle twice with the same beats, you can't expect to like really flex on cats. Especially when you have people like me who are at every battle and they just know what to expect from you already. That's the whole hip hop side of it. You want to bring something new and fresh every time. So yo, you got to carry on that spirit.
Cool. I could dig that.
Jewel number one, consistency for real. Work ethic.
Alright, so
sticking with something.
So y'all listening out there, yo, this is coming straight from Grussle, yo. He said Jewel 1, his jewelry for the night. he said consistency, yo.
My ghost face bezel for the night.
That's his ghost face bezel for the night. Is
the
definitely
eagle.
Consistency. He got his Wonder Woman bracelet on with the consistency. So
yo, consistency, dedication with that hard work ethic. It really goes back to the balance, yo. Not to jock my man lyricist, but yo, it's really the balance. That shit is crucial, and I think that's why that connection is there with our records, man. The stuff that we do is because we see it kind of similarly. Yeah, it's got to be a balance with everything that you do. You got to work on that, but you still have to have a life outside of music because art imitates life and shit. So if nothing happens to you outside of music, what's gonna inspire you when you're like, yo, I don't know where to take this joint?
Indeed, I can definitely take that in. So like, you hear that, y'all? Consistency and balance is coming straight from Grussle, yo.
Yeah, you better have it, man. If you ain't got it, then you ain't gonna get it. You man, Grussle, you lost. Val Richie done told you. He done told you now.
Yo, I'll tell you like Willy Wonka. You lose. Today, sir.
You lose. Good day.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. BK Radio with Like Minds, chalk it up. You know what I'm saying? We just chopped it up with my man, Gruss. About to get into DJ Olo, man. He about to spin it up for y'all. Gruss, we gonna play some of your music, man. We gonna come back and build after that.
Yes,
check us out, son. BK Radio.
Yes, sir.
Do you wanna be down? Down.
You know you wanna be down.
Welcome to the lounge where the vibe is kinda smooth, kinda jazzy, you feel me? And now, how y'all feeling out there? Y'all feeling good? I said, are y'all feeling good? That's what I'm talking about. Tip your waiters, and all the drinks are on me. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you have just entered a place that is out of this world. There's no bad traffic, no 9 to 5, no cops harassing, get that stressing off your mind. I don't even see a hater that's gon' heckle every line, so I'm counting every blessing, that's a lesson to the grind. Yeah, that's a lesson to the grind. Formulate the verses, ain't no guessing in the so pop a bottle, get to sipping on that champagne. Then grab a mama, you ain't got to know her last name. This the night that we gon' live it up. Get your cup, gas the bartender as you tell that nigga fill her up. And we gon' party like we need to. Drink like a Friday and smoke like it's legal. Freak like it's high school and hope like it's prom. I'ma see this young lady tomorrow morning. Nah, sit down. That was just the first verse, people.
Alright, look. Now, if you got $100 in your pocket, I need you to say yeah.
I just want
straight up and down. We on the Grussle. We on our Grussle, our grind and our hustle. You know what I'm saying? Just doing what we do. Getting this money, you know what I'm saying? Making good hot music for y'all motherfuckers. So watch out for it. You know, he got something up his sleeve.
Getting fed up, trying to keep my head up. Oh yeah, it feels like a setup to me. Man, this world is as fucked as mama said it would be. Forever indeed, we need that cheddar to feed. Cause nothing else in this world comes ahead of the seed. So if you down to get it, better get it with speed. But when the feds press up, you gon' fess up and bleed. Who knows? Or be that down ass homie you was reppin' to be. You better believe I've seen vendettas for greed. The left cats dead in the street. But nowadays it's big headed teens and skinny denim jeans blowing synthetic weed. Times is hard but we better achieve. It's like the streets won't let a nigga breathe. Resuscitate while the crime rate escalate. I see things in this world that'll test your fate. I testify. So cold it leaves your soul anesthetized. But out of the bullshit, homie, the best arise. You better use your brain, boy, that's your best advice. Seeds going up, bills going up, doors going up, hoes going up. Through sheer will. Toes going up, hoes going up. Through sheer will.
Sometimes life gets depressing, especially when you're stressing. When the sky full of darkness, it's hard to count the blessings. But out of the black, light was created. Man, the struggles in life, impossible to escape it. Feeling like everybody get up and you make it. Everything's all exposed, it's supposed to be sacred. Yeah, it's all love, but so many people fake it. Selfishness, the reason that the family can't make it. Cost of living is 2 arms and a leg, they where they make it. So the less than strong just hobble along, and they trying to find a reason to keep moving on. Life's a gift, every day is a present for us all. Not in true persecution where torture's involved. I'm talking violence based on your fate. For us in the United States, we just can't relate. Complain about the laws, but won't relocate. So the norm is to hate.
Yeah. BK Radio, man. Good gracious. I love the DMV, son. Hey, yeah.
Goodness, off the magical blend, if I may say so.
DJ Olo, man.
Olo, instant remix, man. The package over the Grussle beat. My goodness.
I'm thinking to myself, yo, we gotta make that happen.
Yes,
yo,
we do. I mean, even that transition right there was ill. Oh. And I'm stealing it. We stealing that all over. We're gonna filter the other track the same way. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. That sounds amazing.
That's nasty, son. That's real good. Hey, Gruss, speak on some of that production, man. Speak on some of the tracks that he's playing of yours, man.
Yo, he had the joint where he mixed with Theory, yo. That's a beat on deck, man. That joint sold though, but we gonna keep it moving.
Yeah, right.
Joint played before that, yo. I'm trying to think, yo. He played the Get Along joint a while back.
Alright.
A couple of their joints. My memory's starting to fail me.
These joints from particular projects, or these joints you just, you know?
These are joints that just like we recorded and they just. I'm making it out the vault now, you know. Stepping it out. Yo, and I've just had them tucked. You know, I was just like, let me just give them some new shit, some exclusives, like some shit that like no one else has heard. You know, keep it fresh and new.
That's what's up.
That's cool. That's cool. That's real cool, man. So yo, man, my man Gruss, man.
What's good?
So you know, Gruss, you know, he rock with B Konductaz, you know what I'm saying? He's a B Conductor. He down with BK all day, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
He's the winner of the VA bracket, so you know what I mean? So
hey, man, we just came out, just wanted to play some fresh shit, play some new shit for people, let people know, you know, got some joints, play some heat. It's good to meet other producers and see where other heads are coming from with the music scene out here, and it's always good to hear somebody, you know, who's bringing something fresh to the table.
That's right. You gotta keep it fresh, son.
So, yo, I came out, I was just like, let me hear some new heads, you know, for real. Just work. Work.
That's what it's about, man. And as a result, you being winner of the VA bracket, you know you gotta come back with December 21st, 2012 for the Winter Solstice battle, right?
Absolutely. I will be in the building. We will be playing new joints. I am setting joints aside for this battle. I will be handpicking the beats for this battle, for this event.
Because Bama's got you in their crosshairs, son. They like, yeah, Grussle.
And I know that, and it's like, yo, it's really lonely halfway up the hill and shit, and I'm gonna be like, yo, I gotta play some joints that impress heads that are like, yo, I've been doing this a long time. We gonna make this, yo, let's make something happen, and then try and bring something new. Be like, yo, I still got it out here for real.
Right, no doubt. So that leads us to this battle that's coming up this Thursday on the 21st. Yo.
Yes, June 21st.
DC bracket, yo. You gonna be in the building, right?
I will be in the building, scoping out some competition and seeing, yo, who's really gonna put me on my toes. I will be there. I've heard some heads got some heat out there. I've heard some strong co-signage from a lot of heads. So I'm like, yo, let's go. Like, I want to see it live and in action. If you can come through live, then yo, like, I need to be. I want to be looking out.
Cause this joint, like, I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be interesting. Like, y'all bracket, the Nova bracket, I mean, that was good because that was like the first look, you know, as far as the B Conductor battle is concerned. So that like set the precedence, you know what I'm saying? The precedence. And then the Maryland bracket was very interesting too because it was a lot of different dynamics. And the competition was there, you know what I'm saying? And it was real good.
Yes, sir.
But this one is unique. And it's because I think it's I don't know, I think the dynamics is even more like spread out, it's more diverse. And I think it's just all the approach. They all have a humble approach, but I know they're peeping each other. They be acting like they don't, but they are. And
everybody's different. Like, it's so different. I don't think anybody's in the same ethnic race in this battle.
Straight up.
That's how diverse this battle is. So
yo, this is funny, yo.
Well, right there, I can tell. Like, you're gonna get a whole bunch of genres. You're gonna get different genres. Like, my battle was a lot of hip hop, raw, but there was one dude who had some dance type stuff, and he used dance type synths and sounds and stuff like that. And I'm like, all right, you know, what else he got in his bag?
Somebody, because you know what I'm saying, it could catch the judges. You never know, you know what I'm saying, that little difference can catch the judges. But this one is like,
it's different. It's everywhere.
But they all aggressive, and it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be unique, yo. So I suggest y'all be in the building, yo.
It's gonna be a serious battle.
And I think that's what's gonna come out with these producers, because they're all unique and they're not, you know, they're comfortable with what they do. And I think that's what's going to make, not saying that, you know, the other brackets they weren't, but especially for this one, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, yo, so make sure y'all make it out to this, most definitely, yo.
Yeah, June 21st at Everlasting Life Cafe. It's the DC bracket
2 blocks from
battle.
Howard University.
That's
no
what I'm
excuses.
Saying. Off Georgia Ave, off Hobart.
Be there or you're nowhere.
Yeah, man. BK, it's love all day up in here, man. Yo, you had something you wanted to ask Gruss, right?
Yeah, well, what I got it's a little different segment to Beat Conductaz, which I like to call What Would You Say? So I'm gonna give both Grussle and Theory a scenario, and I'm gonna just ask you, what would you say? Alright, so the first one. Alright, Grussle, what would you say to a female that tried to bag you before you made a name for yourself? That you tried to bag before you made a name for yourself. But now that you're kind of out there and, everybody know who Grussle is, she's trying to bag you now. What do you say to that female?
I say that would never happen because I'm too busy trying to make beats and shit. That shit rarely happens where I do that. My time with the ladies is limited, but my time with this music is extensive and shit. So yeah.
Oh, you got priorities.
I got priorities. I'm not saying it would happen, and to those who are out there and still want to be candidates in my life, yeah, put in an application.
Grussle's accepting all apps.
You can't top that.
In the world.
We're still hiring, for real. Yo, I'm trying to boost my economy too. Shit. I'm hiring. I want jobs. I'm pro jobs.
Because if you wasn't out working, she wouldn't want you.
I'm checking human resources, turning the app.
Nah, I'm not famous. I'm an FNS. Yo, I'm an FNS nigga, yo. From nothing to something, son. I'm just trying,
FNS.
I thought you meant something. My bad.
I said, FNS. He thought about it differently. Nah, man, I'm on my toes tonight.
Nah, that's what's up. All right, so for Theory, all right, what would you say to a younger cat, that makes beats, and he's like, man, fuck Theory. I got more John Blaze shit than him.
John Blaze, son. My shit more John Blaze than this shit.
John Blaze.
My shit way more John Blaze than this shit, son.
What would you say to that?
I'd say, you in this battle tonight, shorty? Then show me.
Do you want to be dead?
If you're in this battle, then you better tell the DJ to turn that shit up, because I'm about to block you out. Do you understand? You know what I'm saying? Niggas will forget you came. You know what I'm saying? They'll read your name, but nobody will remember, because I'm about to eat you alive.
It ain't my soul.
The pale moonlight.
Bath salt action. It ain't my soul. It ain't my soul. Did you eat that? It ain't my soul.
Keep feeding you. It keep feeding you. Think you're feeding you. You must love bath salts if you think your beats are better than mine. Is that pre-bath salter?
Is that potpourri K2? What are you on, sir?
Like, damn, you calling them sweet, huh?
Nah, just straight up show me. All that talk is for nothing. Show me.
Oh, top.
Shut up and press
Because they know.
See, that's that old school mentality right there, yo. Like all the social media shit.
That's that true school mentality.
Thank you. That's that
true school mentality. You can be young or old with it, as long as you come with it.
If you can't whip my ass, you better shut your mouth.
Yeah, I stand corrected. That was a Freudian slip. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, definitely true school.
No, I was saying in addition too.
Yeah, and definitely.
Not the discount.
It's just, proof is in the pudding, yo. You gotta man up, knuckle up, show up, show and prove all day.
That's right.
All day, indeed.
I know they're gonna come with it for real. I'll be there. I'll be like, yo, you better come with it.
Son. Yeah. I'm looking at
it's gonna be serious.
I'm looking forward to this battle.
You face the Grussle in the battle, you gotta jump. Don't save your shit.
Yeah, don't be holding out.
Here's my tip. You better jump. And if you ever see me coming, I'm telling you, play your best shit. You play this shit that you didn't think you'd have to use. So we'll fucking eat
first.
We love
you. Play your third track first. If you
Grussle knows, I'll make him spin your beat, yo. We'll make you spin your shit.
We love seeing cats after the battle be like, yo, I had like 5 better beats than that.
Oh, really?
Yo, play the heat, dog. Play the heat. Play your hot shit now, for real. I'll remember that. I'll be like, yo, he lost though, but that one beat was tough. That's happened to me before. Yo, for real. They be like, yo, he lost, but yo, that was the best beat.
Right. So, Theory, what advice would you give to people going into battle? Not just necessarily the Beat Conductor battle, but any battle.
Well, make sure your sound is on point. You gotta be able to face the music. If your shit isn't up to par sonically, don't even go. Play your favorite shit. Play that shit that bangs in your car that you love that somebody else made. And then play your shit, right? And then strive to make your shit bang like their shit. And when you can get close, I think you should bring it out. But if you can't, you sometimes just gotta look in the mirror and just admit to what you see.
Yeah.
If it's not up to par, then
Listening
don't
with
even
an
show up.
objective ear, you know.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. The Grussle has spoken.
No, I've learned this from other heads,
Yeah,
man.
it's true.
Including
It's
from
the
Theory.
fact.
And it's just like, you have to approach can't do shit the same way every time.
That's right.
Yo, we'll learn that shit. It's just like any other competitive sport or whatever. Like, the heads who are serious about this shit, we'll be there. We'll be watching. Trust me.
And you got to get out and share it. You don't know what it sounds like. You know, if the worst thing that you ever heard, the worst record you ever heard has a following and a bunch of niggas saying, yo, that's the best beat that's ever been made. Right? You might think that about your own shit, but you got to get out and play it and take a chance. You got to find out. You know, otherwise,
you need the people.
You need the people. You know,
the people to get
they're the ones that decide.
You're only bettering yourself by getting out there.
There you go. You have to.
Indeed,
You gotta show face, yo.
Indeed. And yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to Brandon Carlisle too. He was the winner of the Maryland bracket. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Big shouts
out to BC. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's your comp. That's your comp right there, Gruss.
Yeah,
absolutely. And I was there for that bout.
Yeah, he was there that night too.
I was in the building.
So how's it feel, you know what I mean, having to go in with him, son? Like, you know, you gotta go up against Brandon.
I know I gotta go back and do some work because niggas is listening to my old shit like, I got this nigga. No, let's go. Like, yo, I gotta be working on some different shit, so they be like, yo, I didn't think he would do something like that. Exactly.
That's what I'm talking
I'll
about.
leave you with
man.
that.
Some of the truest words ever spoken, man, here at BK Radio. But like mine's, chalk it up. I want to give a special thanks to my man Grussle and to my man.
Thank you for having me.
Yo, man, much respect, bro. You know what I mean? I appreciate you, man. Yo, Theory, one love, brother.
One love, man. It's been fantastic being out the Olo compound.
Yeah, the FU Gardens.
The FU Gardens, niggas. Let me tell you, you ain't been out here before. You want to be down. You want to be down. But you can't get in.
You can't get in. You can't get in.
Olo compound.
Yo, Usain, tell the people peace, man.
Yo, this is Usain closing off BK Radio. You know, shouts out to Grussle, shouts out to Theory. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for coming through.
You want to hear where we can get our music from? Theory, where can you get your music from?
Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh, speaking on that, got a new instrumental piece dropping July 17th. You can get it at backpacktheory.com. It's going to be an instrumental piece called Filtered Soul, where my approach was pretty much all samples, no loops for real, but just all chops. And I had some fun with it. You know, it's a nice piece. 30 minutes to take you wherever you're going. You're going to love it. And you can hear the crew and check us out at thepackage.bandcamp.com. And for visuals and even more, newgoldenera.com. newgoldenera.com. Come through, check it out.
So I'm talking about.
Word. I'm gonna shout out the latest. Yo, check out Lyricist The Agenda on lyricist.com. Go check out Corner Store Lucy's EP with Tef Wesley on tefwesley.com. TEFWESLEY.com. I big up my peoples that I do work with, and you hear them, you hear me as well. So that's Interlude Records. Look out for the Balance Hard EP. I'm on there as well. Look out for Pens and Needles with Tef Wesley. I'm on there as well. All of that can be found if you hit me up on Twitter at Grussle, GRUSSLE. Yeah, we got an album on bandcamp.com.
Alright.
It's called The Breakup. And you can find that at Interloop Records as an interloop of the Beltway.
Right.
Shouts out to DMV. Interlooprecords.bandcamp.com. Search Grussle The Breakup.
There it
27 tracks, all about love.
Yeah. Theory needs followers, please. At Theory Beats on Twitter. At Theory Beats. TheoryBeats on Twitter. And you can be down.
You can be down. You can hit me with a direct down message.
That's what I'm talking
about. Direct message, I'm down.
I can get you into the compound.
Send a DM.
Special VIP. Olo compound. FU Gardens, baby.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
We
wild heads. Yo, we legend. We legend BK Radio, man.
The music's playing. I guess it's time to wrap it up.
Yeah, it's time to wrap it up, man. We got to go, man. It's getting late.
Wrap that shit up, B.
Wrap it up, B.
Wrap that shit up, man.
You know, the party never stops at the Olo combo.
We go all night.
That's why you wanna be down.
In a world where the radio show actually ends.
Oh man, yeah, BK Radio. Well, like mine, chalk it up, you know what I mean? Good folks, get it in. Another special shout out to Grussle, special shout out to my man Theory. You know what I mean? Who's sent to my left? We all rocking out. You want to get at us? Check us out at Konductaz.com, baby. Yo, we out here, man, at Konductaz, yo. Much love and respect to everybody listening out there. And let's keep it moving. BK Radio. Olo, take us home, man.
Olo.
In a world where DJs